Connected Places Catapult are the UK's innovation accelerator for cities, transport and places. We've been working with partners across industry to organise drone demonstrations through the Department for Transport funded Drone Pathfinder Catalyst Programme. There are so many ways that drones can be used within today's technology and regulatory framework, making things safer, cheaper, faster and providing better quality data. We wanted to showcase this potential across multiple sectors and ultimately drive more UK organisations to use and benefit from drones. So, let's take a look at the Pathfinder demonstrations over the last year. We worked with Yorkshire Housing and Vantage UAV to demonstrate how drones could be used to reduce the overall costs of both planned and unplanned maintenance.
So a typical building like this one, to get up to the different levels of roof that we have on the building, we would need scaffolding, we'd need maybe a cherry picker, we'd obviously have our staff, our surveyors working at height as well, which obviously introduce cost and danger. And of course this building is occupied, we have residents in there, so it's quite intrusive.
We're looking at whether or not we have leaks in the roof, there are cracked tiles or more causant factors.
We can get much closer, a lot of detail of the property, and from a Yorkshire Housing point of view that means we can plan more effectively for how we repair and maintain our buildings in the future.
We engaged with the Agri Epicentre, Outfield Technologies and other partners to show how drones can lead to increased yield and reduced fertilisers and pesticide use.
Barnsley Farmers are an early adopter of drone technology and AI, and it's given them a real competitive advantage in terms of gathering a lot more information about their orchards and a real depth of understanding that previously was expensive to acquire and often impossible. And it's also enabling them to take decisions quicker and smarter about how they approach their commercial markets.
We can map the blossoms on the trees across the orchard, we can map the fruit on the trees across the orchard, we can also map tree size. We can then pull that information together to produce a high accuracy yield estimate for the orchard well ahead of harvest time.
Network Rail demonstrated how drones minimise the risks of trackside working and reduce network outages.
So within our operations in Network Rail, we've got manned and unmanned aviation. And at the moment we've got a fleet of drones and remote pilots that are carrying out various inspections around the infrastructure pretty much on a daily basis. The biggest challenge we face really is that we have 20,000 miles of track that we've got to inspect and maintain. And we don't have access panels all along that 20,000 miles, so it's almost impossible to inspect and maintain that kind of infrastructure.
This is where drones can assist. They're equipped with high-resolution thermal and visual imaging cameras. They can rapidly assess the structural integrity of the railway tracks and power lines. They can evaluate suspected faults and even monitor environmental factors such as flooding.
The future of drones within any kind of infrastructure like ours is, well, I'd almost say that there are no limits for what we potentially can do. I truly believe in fully autonomous flights that can monitor and survey our network and therefore keep it safer. And by using drones smartly and using the right drone for the right job, we know that we can do better than we do today.
We've partnered with Survey AR and the Environment Agency to understand how drones can monitor erosion on the UK's ever-changing coastlines.
Traditional ground-based surveying methods require a person to be at the point of surveying. So that could be a risky point at the top of an unstable cliff or at the bottom of an unstable cliff. Using rotary wing drones we can access all kinds of areas relatively easily, cover about 1 kilometre of coastline, and with high resolution colour cameras, multispectral cameras to look at vegetation and thermal cameras, we can really offer great insights into the environment.
The Anglian Coastal Monitoring Programme collects topographic and bathymetric data and aerial photography for our partner organisations to support them with their coastal management decision making. The high-level aims of coastal monitoring are to establish a long-term data set from which to derive statistics such as the maximum and average rates of change. This helps managers determine the condition of their beaches in the context of the historical data set.
So drones actually have really changed the face of what we can do in a lot of science areas. And for coastal monitoring, that allows us to use a variety of different cameras and sensors that are relatively low cost compared to other methods. For coastal surveying, the next steps, I think, are to increase the range of drones that they can fly in a single flight. That is essentially moving towards beyond visual line of sight. The second aspect is something we're working on, which is delivering the data to the client in a very usable format, where the user can visualize the data very easily as if they were there.
We collaborated with drone automation solution providers HeroTech 8 and iDrone Images to demonstrate how drone-in-a-box solutions can unlock new applications and increase efficiency.
So HeroTech 8 is a robotics startup coming out of Cranfield University. We are a developer and manufacturer of automated drone stations, also known as drone on a box. And our box contains our guidance systems, our power systems, our navigation systems, and most importantly, our communication systems. So the key capability behind our technology, it's really there to enable businesses to deploy drone services without needing personnel on site.
So iDrone Images design, build and manufacture docking stations for drone service providers around the world. Our docking stations offer a fully autonomous solution, from mission planning to the charging of the UAV, and this can all be controlled via a simple user interface. We've been working with the CEA and Catapult for the last 6 months to try and build a body of evidence that enables automation for the future, and a part of this trial is to gather that significant body of evidence that the CEA needs, that the automation that we provide from our docking stations is safe in the UK airspace. Where we see the future of these docking stations is they will be used as a service, so people may be able to request a mission from a docking station. It goes and performs that mission, provides the data and returns back to its docking station.
Buxton Mountain Rescue and Evolved Dynamics showcased how drones designed for bad weather can save lives in search and rescue operations.
Drones provide an affordable aerial view of an incident scene or search area. The priority at the moment is being able to get the drone in the air in the first place, and that means a drone that can operate in some adverse weather conditions. Once we can do that, the possibilities are endless in terms of different sensors we can put on the drone, and the potential for them to be a life-saving tool only increases with time and technology. Currently, we have to keep our drone within visual line of sight of the pilot at all times. If we can find a safe way to operate beyond visual line of sight, that would be hugely useful to our operation.
Sky Mantis has been designed specifically for the UK search and rescue and blue light markets. So 1 hour flight time and can fly in heavy rain like we've got today, but also fly in up to 75 kilometers per hour winds. We also have the ability to have a dynamic mission planning application, which enables search and rescue staff to quickly identify their search scene, plan the mission, and essentially save lives.
At the moment, if you were to search the ground behind me, for instance, it would take 15 to 20 people to search that, and would take a good few hours to do it. As we've proved today, we could put a drone into the air and search that same ground in half the time.
There's been countless examples internationally and nationally where drones have been the difference between a missing person being found or not found.
In addition to driving drone adoption through demonstrations, we managed a drone transport research and innovation grant programme to address the technology gaps required for beyond visual line of sight operations. We also delivered the UK's most extensive research into the public perception of drones to ensure the acceptance of future technologies and services. Overall, through the Pathfinder programme, we demonstrated the benefits that drones can deliver and driven awareness and adoption across a broad range of industries. To understand how drones can benefit your organisation, get in touch with the Connected Places Catapult, RPAS, or one of the partner organisations we've worked with.